Enjoy the ride with Crystal Petrie Consulting. So it's
Hello, my name is Crystal Petrie, and you are watching the Crystal Petrie Consulting Network. Hopefully by now you know that one of my favorite shows on NBC is coming to an end this year. That's right, This Is Us is saying goodbye to me. I mean, I feel a very personal connection with this show and everyone in it. So I feel personally that they are saying goodbye to me. So I had this brilliant idea to do a review of every episode for the last season of This Is Us. Before I get started, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you will know when I post a new review of This Is Us every week. Let's get started on this review. So this is Season 6, Episode 2, entitled One Giant Leap. Now, when the episode first gets started, you see everyone packing bags and getting ready to go and do something. You see Rebecca, Miguel, and Nickey packing, getting ready to go somewhere. You see Deja packing and getting ready to go somewhere. Now, Deja is going to meet her boyfriend Malik at college. Remember last season he was accepted into Harvard University. You see Rebecca and Miguel packing to take Nickey to a long time, not necessarily girlfriend, but someone that he has pined for years, and her name is Sally. So they're all getting ready to take a very long road trip to go see Sally. Now, let's talk about Deja and Malik first. So Deja takes a 5-hour bus trip. That's a long time on the bus to go and visit Malik at Harvard University. And when she gets there, she sees Malik and his beautiful son. And unexpectedly, she has to meet Malik's ex-girlfriend, the mother of his child, and her name is Jennifer. The whole thing is pretty awkward, with Deja standing there and Jennifer standing there and Malik standing there. It was really awkward, but Jennifer and Deja were both respectful and nice and courteous to each other, but you could tell it was awkward. Now, Deja, being the so understanding girlfriend that she is, allows for Malik to go off and go to the library or study hall and finish a paper for like 2 hours. So when he comes back, they're going to go out and have fun so Malik can show off the beautiful Deja to all of his friends and everyone on the campus. Now, Malik and Deja are at a college party, of course, right? And Deja says, "I'm ready." And Malik is like, "What are you talking about?" And so Deja repeats, "I'm ready." And at this point, Malik understands that Deja is ready to have sex with him for the first time. They get back to the apartment, and the best part of this whole scene, and one of the reasons I love this show, This Is Us, they are very intentional about how they showcase the characters in this show. Very intentional. So before Malik and Deja have sex, Malik sits there for several seconds and waits for Deja to give him consent, which she does. She gives him consent to have sex. And this is why I am going to miss this show and the writers on this show, because they thought enough of these characters, their romance and sex, to show that consent is important and worth waiting for. So, with Deja and Malik and the writers, the consent, it's the consent for me. I love it. Now, on to Rebecca, Miguel, and Nickey. Now, if you remember from last season, Nickey met, when he was very young, met a beautiful woman named Sally, and she was on her way to a concert, and she asked Nickey to come with her. And Nickey was an adult, but he was young, and he was scared, and he was nervous, and he did not go with her. She was going to Woodstock. Nickey did not go with her, and he regretted that decision and has regretted that decision his entire life. He's constantly thought about Sally. He's looked for her on the internet. He's looked for her on social media. He never got over Sally. Ever in all of these 50 years, he never got over Sally, and he always thought about her. So finally, Rebecca, present tense, was like, you keep telling us about Sally. You keep telling us that you regret not going to Woodstock with Sally, and on and on and on. And so Rebecca was frustrated and said, we are going find Sally. Get an address and we are going. And that's exactly what they did. He found the address and they went to Sally's. Now, when they got there, Nickey did not know if Sally was married or divorced or single or anything. He just showed up on her doorstep, and that was it. Which was really bold of Nickey, right? To just show up unannounced, no phone calls, no DMs, no messages, no emails. You just show up on someone's doorstep and ring the doorbell. That's exactly what Nickey did. And as I was watching this scene, I was like, we should all be as bold as Nickey when it comes to love, when it comes to our life, when it comes to our profession or our job, when it comes to our citizenship in our community. We need to be bold, and we need to be aggressive, and we need to take the ride, if need be, to accomplish what we want, just like Nickey did in this episode. Now, I'm like, I don't know if this was a great idea, but you know what? It was. It absolutely was a great idea and a great move for Nickey to drive and pop up. So kudos to you, Nickey, for going after what and who you want. Now, they get there and they find out that Sally is married. Yee. And then they have dinner. And Nickey is constantly talking about how much he loves Sally, how much he has always thought about Sally, how much he regretted not going to Woodstock with Sally. He does this at the table with Sally, Rebecca, Miguel, and Sally's husband. It was weird. I'm like, I don't know if people do that. Do people have dinner or lunch or breakfast and talk about someone else's husband or talk about someone else's wife and how much they love that person? And the husband sits there and listens, or the wife sits there and listens? I don't know if this is us. But of course, I could be wrong. Maybe it's you. I don't know. But Nickey got out everything that he has thought and felt in 50 years at that dinner table. So kudos to you, Nickey. Kudos to you. And as they're leaving and Nickey and Sally are saying their goodbyes, Rebecca and Miguel gets in the car, and Rebecca starts thinking about how beautiful and graceful she was when she was younger. And she tells Miguel, I am sorry that you did not get the best version of me. And Miguel says, I did get the best version of you. And I will love you through sickness and in health. And it's at this moment that tears and chills once again. Once again, this is us writers, once again. Because the way Miguel loves Rebecca through sickness and in health enlarges my heart. It brings chills to my body and tears to my eyes. Because in the end, don't we all want someone just like Miguel that is going to love us in sickness, that is going to love us in health, that is going to love us when we forget, when we remember. We are all looking for a Miguel in our life. It was absolutely beautiful and heartfelt, and it truly showed what love is. And once again, for the second week in a row, I was emotional and I was teary and I had chills. And it just reminded me how much I love this show, and it reminded me how much I'm going to miss This Is Us on NBC. That is my review for Season 6, Episode 2, One Giant Leap. And I think that Nickey took a giant leap. I think Deja took a giant leap. And if we take anything from this review and anything from this episode, we should all be so bold as Deja and Nickey and take a giant leap. Thank you so much for watching my review for one of my favorite shows on all of TV. If you are still here and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Do it now. Do it now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment down below. Let me know what part of this second episode you loved the most. Did you cry like I did? Did you get upset? I want to hear all about it. Join me in the conversation.
So inspiring, pushing you